hello friends, hello family. It's your girl Anwa here, and today's tutorial, it's a breakdown. Yes. So before I move on, I'd like to show you what I have on my ears. Now if you love what you see, let me know in the comment section, and please thumbs up. And in case you want, I would make a similar tutorial or the same kind of tutorial so that you would watch. Okay, in any case, I'm going to repeat the same kind, not repeat, to make a similar tutorial but with a different pattern, as you can see. Okay, and the first part is going to be an increase. That's what we are going to do now. The second part will be a decrease, and the third part is going to be fringes from the sides. Okay, so they are in 3 videos so that you get to understand. And this is the time for you to learn break stitches. In case you have not done break stitches at all and you are interested, you can take part in my video. You can be part of this family, subscribe, and then you learn something. I believe you fulfilled whenever you, or when you try to do this kind of earring. You can wear this for any occasion. You can gift a friend, use them as souvenirs. You can even put them here, okay, or attach it to your necklace as a pendant or even a charm on a bag. Believe me, you can make this bigger or smaller depending on the kind of beads it is, or the number of rows you want. Okay, depending on how you want it, it's all up to you. All right, so please stick and stay with me, and let's continue with the video. Now the list for the materials are, I'll be using 3 different color beads. So this is white, orange, and we have black here. So this kind of bead is not the usual kind of bead I use. So this is I call it the cylindrical kind of bead, and it's hard. It is they are all 11 seed beads as well, but when they are together they look quite shiny. Look at that. See, they are very, very nice. It's been a while I used this, and when you work with it, you could tell, especially with break stitch, it looks so flat and nice. It doesn't fall in. So with this kind of project, I would prefer to use this kind of beads. Yeah, so as I mentioned, white, orange, and black. I would also need my white nylon thread, my needle, my earring studs, my pair of scissors, beading mat. Please don't mind this area, okay? I know this is torn, but I think this is the only one I'm left with, so I just have to manage with that. Yeah, so if in case I forget anything or I remember anything, I'll just have to put it on your screens for you to read. Right, so let's go ahead. Yeah, so from the beginning, I'm going to pick 2 white beads, like you see on the needle, and I push it down, yeah, and then I'm left with about this length. Okay, so what we do is that I tie it around my finger, and then I go through both beads like so. I pull my thread and needle. So you're going to have something like this. So if you've just joined, we are making a break stitch project, okay, and it's an earring. So I go through the first one, then I pull out my needle and thread as well. So we have something like, you're going to have something like this. Now this is called a thread bridge. After you are done with the very first 2 beads, there's going to be something on top of the 2 beads, okay, and it's called a thread bridge. So you go through this thread bridge like that, then you pull out your needle and thread gently. Okay, and they are going to sit on top of one another like that. Now, whilst they sit together, you'd realize that the second pair of bead that I added is not in the same line. So in this case, we say it's increasing. All right, so I go through the first bead, okay, then I pull gently my needle and thread. So whilst you do this, try to hold it like that in your in between your finger, the index and the middle finger, like that. Okay, and then you go through the second bead, and then whilst you do that, you pick the thread bridge down again. Look at that. Okay, and then you pull out your needle and thread like so. Then you go back through the second bead without going through the thread bridge. Okay, like that. Then you pull out gently. So this is the first increase we have made. So to continue, I'll add my third bead. So this is the second row. I'm going to add my third bead, but I feel comfortable when I turn it the other way to continue like this. And then you go through the thread bridge down. Okay, pull your needle and thread gently like that. And then you go through the bead or the third bead. So this is what you're going to have in case you're following this pattern. So now if the first bead is 2, the second is 3, the third will be what? 4 beads. Okay, so in every row you should start with 2 beads. So you pick 2 beads. Now we have how many thread bridges? We have 2 thread bridges. We have 1 and 2. Look at that. Okay, so to continue, I go through the very first thread bridge with 2 beads. So we are still increasing. Okay, you are going to sit on top like we did to the second row, and this is the third row. It's very easy to read as well. Okay, and then you go through. It's the same procedure as the second row. All right, so please, if you have found one thing, you can play back again and watch. And I have other tutorials as well that I did break stitches. I'll be adding it to the video for you to see. Okay, and you go through the second thread bridge, or the last thread bridge on the third row. Turn your work. You don't have to turn your work if you don't want to. It's just that I'm really comfortable when I do that. That's why. Now, since we are increasing, we have to add 1 more bead to the third row to make it 4. Okay. All right, and then you go through the thread bridge. Pull your thread gently. So you have something like this. You go through the last bead without going through the thread bridge. So you're going to continue until we get to your desired length. You keep increasing. Okay, now this is where the pattern begins. So we're done with the third row. We're going to start with the fourth row. So like I said, the fourth row begins with a pattern. So I would begin with a white and a black bead. Now we have 3 thread bridges on the top here. So I'll go through the very first thread bridge. And I'll go through the first bead. and then the second black bead through the thread bridge or below the thread bridge, and then up through the black bead without going through the thread bridge. So this way it makes the the bead stay, it doesn't loosen up. If you have found one thing, you can play back and watch how I started. And then we pick another black bead. So we are on the second thread bridge. Another black bead. So I feel comfortable this way when I have to turn the remaining in front or towards me. Then I'll put the last bead, which is supposed to be white. You pull gently. And you go through the last bead. With the fifth row, you're going to pick 2 white beads. So it's the same procedure like we started. You go through the first thread bridge. So now how many thread bridges do we have? We have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now knowing your thread bridges are very important because that's going to help you to build your beads or your brick stitches. Okay, yeah, so we continue. And then I add another white bead. Did I say white bead? Black bead. And then another black bead. And then we add finally 2 white beads. This is row 6. So pick 2 beads. We're still increasing. And then we pick another white bead. Then we pick a black bead. Sorry for the sound, guys. So we're creating a pattern, as you can see. and then we finish off with 3 white beads. Yeah, so row 6 is done. Now, with the 7th row, you're going to build black beads throughout. So you begin with 2 beads, and the next is also black bead. And then we finish the rest off camera. The 8th row begins. So the 7th row is all black beads, as you can see. So we'll begin the 8th row with a white and a black bead, or black and white beads. Go to the first thread bridge, as you already know, and then through the white bead and then the black bead. Then we go ahead to pick a white bead. Then another white bead. And then this time I'm adding an orange bead to it, so it's going to stay in the middle. We begin to create another pattern with the orange bead. And then from here we'll continue the 2 white beads and then the black bead and the white bead. Okay, so I'll finish that off camera as well. Now I'll begin with the 9th row. I pick 2 white beads to begin with. And then a black bead. White bead. And then an orange bead. then another orange bead. So from here you'd have to continue with the white, black, and 2 last white beads to finish up. It's finished with the 9th bead. I'll continue the 10th bead with white and black beads. We're still building a pattern. Then a black bead. White bead. Then we begin with an orange bead, or we continue with an orange bead. Then another orange bead. And a third orange bead. Sorry for the sounds, guys. Yeah, so the white, 2 black beads, and the last white bead continues from the last orange bead. Okay. Now this is the 11th row and is the last increase as well. So we start with 2 white beads, one black bead, one white bead, an orange bead, another orange bead, and a 4th orange bead. Then we repeat the very first 4 beads till the end. So white, black, and then 2 white beads. Hello guys, welcome back. Now the increase is done. Okay, so we're going to begin or start the decrease in the next part. So please watch out, and let's continue. In case you are following the same pattern, you should watch all 3 parts for you to be able to get it properly. It's a very simple tutorial, and then the main idea is for you to learn the increase and the decrease to be able to do your own or make or create your own pattern. It's really important. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Thanks for your time, thanks for your support. Please keep the comments coming in. I really need the comments for me to know if I'm going up or down. So I want to really stay in the middle, you know. I cannot be perfect. And so thank you. I'm ready for positive criticisms, guys. So let me know if, in case you want me to add anything or subtract. I'm always saying this, let me know. Don't hesitate to hide anything from me. We are all a family, and I'm ready to learn from anyone. Okay, so see you in the next part. Okay, so we're going to do the decrease in the next project or tutorial. All right, have a nice time. Bye bye.